With his fierce and intimidating boxing style, Mike Tyson defeated every opponent in the ring. Sky Sports considers him the most feared boxer ever and describes him as perhaps the most aggressive fighter ever to enter professional competition. In his match against Lennox Lewis in 2002, he pocketed a staggering $34.7 million and was at the peak of his career. Mike Tyson's net worth is estimated to be $700 million solely from his boxing matches. However, Tyson celebrated his 36th birthday with a net worth seemingly close to zero. What caused the boxing monster to go bankrupt? In a podcast on the YouTube channel, In Deep with Graham Benzinger, Mike also shared that financial education was not part of his childhood, and this became an issue when he started earning millions as a teenager. Becoming the champion at the age of 20 after defeating Trevor Berbick, Mike Tyson started earning an average of $7.5 million per fight. This figure does not include his other sources of income, such as being paid over $50 million from casino deals, $3.5 million for guest appearances in WrestleMania events, and revenue shares from the game Mike Tyson Punch-Out, which sold 2 million copies. In 1990, Mike Tyson was considered the highest-paid athlete in the world, with an estimated income of $28.6 million that year. And then everything changed when he was imprisoned for assaulting and engaging in improper conduct with model Desiree Washington. From 1992 until his release in 1995, Mike Tyson couldn't earn a single dollar. However, a CBS article speculated that he didn't face too many financial difficulties when he was released. Most prisoners in Indiana are given $75 to help them reintegrate into society. Tyson didn't need such assistance. In his pocket, the heavyweight champion had 2 checks, each worth $10 million. In the following weeks, Tyson would receive an additional $12 million from future match and television rights. A few months later, he earned the largest sum ever awarded to a boxer, $25 million, for a match against Peter McNeely. Within 2 years, the $140 million he earned from 5 different fights made him believe he was invincible when it came to making money.
False sense of security. Nothing about it could be a
You
real...
feel invincible with money.
Okay.
You feel like you can't even die.
Well, your level of money.
Combining this mindset with the bitterness of his time in prison led Tyson to spend lavishly on everything. First came the supercars. According to CBS, Tyson is reported to have bought 110 cars for himself or as gifts. One of them was a $320,000 Bentley Azure, the most expensive production car in the world at the time. Tyson bought it and ordered 4 more. In just a few minutes, he spent over $1.5 million. In another instance, Tyson showed up at a car dealership in New York to purchase another car. He bought a $300,000 Ferrari and declined a test drive because he already had one just like it at home. Even more extravagantly, when Tyson drove his Rolls-Royce without a license and got into trouble, he gifted the car to the police officer to get out of the situation. As a result, he was dismissed. With so many vehicles, Tyson needed somewhere to store them, so he chose to buy mansions in Las Vegas, Ohio, and Maryland. However, these were nothing compared to the house he bought in Connecticut. The mansion boasted 21 bedrooms, 35 bathrooms, along with a fully equipped nightclub, a movie theater, a small casino, and a fully equipped gym. But that was just the inside. Outside, it featured a large basketball court, a private pool with a cave, and its own fountain display on a sprawling 17.6-acre estate. If the house looks familiar, it's because Mike Tyson eventually sold it to 50 Cent, whom he later called his biggest financial mistake. Tyson mentioned in another interview that he had to pay $25,000 just to mold the lawn. When combined with his other homes, the landscaping bill alone amounted to $100,000, although this was still a small expense compared to what Tyson had decorated these homes with. As a gift for his wife, Robin Givens, Mike Tyson spent $2.2 million on a solid gold bathtub. A year later, they divorced. This led him to pay an additional $10 million in legal fees and settlements. Tyson also spent $410,000 to organize a birthday party and $140,000 for 2 white Bengal tigers. The upkeep for these tigers amounted to $200,000 a year, including the cost of a personal animal trainer Mike hired for $125,000. Mike also had to pay $250,000 in compensation to a friend after they were bitten by one of the tigers. However, Tyson himself suffered another bite that cost him even more. During a match in 1997 against Evander Holyfield, when Tyson was being dominated in a highly unusual and unprecedented move in boxing and sports history, he bit off a piece of Holyfield's ear. Afterwards, he was suspended from boxing and fined $3 million. However, it seemed Tyson didn't learn any lessons, as he bit Lennox Lewis's leg during a press conference and was fined $335,000. Moreover, in his extravagant career, Tyson employed over 200 different people, including drivers, chefs, and security guards. The most meaningless and extravagant among them was a guy nicknamed Crocodile, whose sole job was to repeatedly shout the phrase "guerrilla warfare" at Tyson's press conferences. He was paid $300,000 in 1996. In another crazy situation, Tyson walked into a club and offered to pay for everyone's drinks all night. However, there was one final expense higher than any other. In 2003, Tyson owed $13.4 million to the IRS, $117,000 across 5 different states, and $4 million to tax authorities in the UK, and things only got worse from there. It turns out, most of Mike's extravagant purchases were made using credit cards, and as a result, he found himself drowning in a $27 million debt. He owes at least 246 creditors, including tax authorities, the Screen Actors Guild, dozens of doctors, lawyers, and accountants. Mike Tyson owes nearly $9 million to his ex-wife Monica Turner from their divorce settlement, and he still owes $19.4 million in taxes to the IRS in the United Kingdom and 5 states. This is an extremely dire situation, considering Tyson's cash on hand is only $1,250. He revealed that all the houses he owned have been sold and seized. He now only owns one car, a new white SUV Hummer that appears to still be unpaid for. Tyson's lawyers have filed for bankruptcy in the United States court. Tyson earned $38 in January, but his living expenses were over $407,000. The boxing legend is completely broke. However, he has devised an ambitious plan to get out of trouble. Tyson's restructuring plan is full of ambition. He hopes to earn at least $19.5 million from boxing over the next 3 years to settle his debts, although this is not likely to happen. He lost both of his professional fights before retiring and filing for bankruptcy at that time. Tyson said, "My whole life has been a waste. I've been a failure. I just want to escape. I'm really embarrassed with myself and my life. I want to be a missionary. I think I could do that while keeping my dignity without letting people know they chased me out of the country. Nothing good is going to come of me. I'm so stigmatized, there is no way I can elevate myself." Mike Tyson has likened his shopping habit to a drug addiction. Despite his life not yet ending, losing everything has taught Mike a valuable lesson. Using humility as a foundation to rebuild his life, Tyson has drawn lessons that he transformed into a book. While his life story would indeed make for a compelling documentary or film, Mike also landed a cameo role in both parts of The Hangover, for which he was paid $300,000. Through various media appearances, Mike was able to purchase a pretty amazing house in Vegas for himself, although he has turned away from letting money dictate his happiness.